Hello everyone and welcome again to today's lesson. In this lesson we are going to use ratios to solve problems. This will cover learning outcome 2.70 from the syllabus. So, the first question that we need to discuss is, what is a ratio? And as we have here on your notes on page 5, ratios compare values. A ratio says how much of one thing there is compared to another thing. Ratios do not compare one thing to the whole as in fractions. Now, it's best if we take some examples so that you can understand better that statement. Because after all, we're doing maths and ratios, especially, you need to understand them with some examples. So let's take the first example that you have here on your notes. Again, we are on page 5. So, the ratio of water to cement is 2:1. We write ratio as 2:1 and we read it as 2:1. So, what this tells us, this ratio, tells us that for every 2 parts water, we need 1 part cement. Okay? So ratio, this is ratio, that for every 2 parts water, we need 1 part cement. So let's say I'm going to use 3 parts cement. Okay? How much water do I need? So if I'm going to use 3 parts cement, not water, 3 parts cement, I have multiplied 1 by 3. To keep the ratio as the original ratio without changing it, we need also to multiply 3 on this side. Because here we have multiplied by 3, 1 times 3. So on this side we need to multiply again by 3. Which is 6. So if I'm going to use 3 parts cement, I have to use 6 parts water. Okay? Let's take another example using orange drink. So let's say that we need to do an orange squash. You know that we need the orange squash and water. Let's say that we need 2 parts squash and 7 parts water. So we write the ratio 2:7. This is a colon. Between the numbers we use a colon. A ratio needs a title. So we need to give this ratio a title. So I told you that we need 2 parts squash. So here I'm going to write squash is to water. Okay? So for every 2 parts of squash, I'm going to use 7 parts of water. So let's say that we have a glass here. I'm going to do 2 parts of squash and 7 parts of water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? So this is the ratio. For every 2 parts of squash, I want 7 parts of water. What if I need 2 glasses? I want to make 2 glasses. To make 2 glasses, I need not 2 parts of squash, but I need 4 parts of squash. What I have done, I have multiplied by 2 on this side. So we need to multiply by 2 on the other side as well. Okay, so we need 4 parts of squash and 14 parts of water. What if we were asked how many parts do we need for squash and how many parts do we need for water if we're going to do 5 glasses? So for 5 glasses, So this is 2 glasses, 5 glasses. If we start from here, okay, from the original ratio 2:7 for 1 glass, I have to multiply by 5 because I want 5 glasses. So 5 times 2 is 10. So I need 10 parts squash, 10 parts squash, and I need 7 times 5, which is equal to 35 parts of water. As we did in fractions, what we do to the numerator, we always do to the denominator as well. So if we multiply the numerator by 5, we multiply the denominator by 5. The same applies in ratios. If on one side we multiply by 5, on the other side we need to multiply by 5. This is very important. Okay? Let's say that we were asked that we're going to use 28 parts water. Okay? So how many parts of squash do I need? Okay? What we need to do is, we need to ask ourselves, 7 multiplied by what to get 28? And the answer is we need to multiply 7 by 4. Okay? Times 4. So we need to multiply the parts of squash by 4 as well. So 2 times 4, which is equal to 8. So when we are using 28 parts of water, we're going to use 8 parts of squash. Okay? Let's work out this example together. So, question number 1. Miss Jones shared a sum of money between her two grandchildren, Philip and Jane, but she did not give them equal amounts. For every €1 she gave Philip, she gave €2 to Jane. So we need to write the ratio with the title. So Philip is to Jane is 1 because she gives, for every 1 that she's going to give to Philip, she's going to give 2 to Jane and 2 under Jane. Okay? So in this case, Jane is going to earn twice as much as Philip. Okay, this is the ratio that is given. Question A. If Philip gets €3, how much does Jane get? We said that for every €1 that Philip gets, Jane is going to get 2. So for every €1, Jane is going to get 2. For every 1, another 2. For every €1, another €2 for Jane. So in total here we have 2, 4, 6. €6. We're not going to use this method, okay, because we know how to multiply. So the working is in this box, okay. We are going to multiply 1 times 3 to get 3. Since we have multiplied by 3 here, we need to multiply by 3 on the other side. So 2 times 3 is 6, which is equal to the same amount over here. It is important to tell you that when dealing with ratios, the units must be the same. If we were told that for every €1 she gave to Philip, she's going to give 250 cents, for example, okay, not €2, we have €1 and 250 cents. The units are not the same. So we need to change either this €1 to 100 cents or else this 250 cents to euros. Okay, so the units must be the same when writing them into ratios. On page 6, you have some more questions like the one that we have done before. B and C continues with the same ratio that we were given on page 5. And I'm going to work them out as well. So the ratio is this. Philip is to Jane is 1 is to 2. Okay? So we're going to write it again. Philip is to Jane. The ratio is 1 is to 2. So, question B. If Philip gets 10 euro, how much does Jane get? So, if Philip gets 10 euro, how much will Jane get? Of course, we have multiplied here by 10. So, we must multiply 2 by 10 as well. So, 2 times 10 is equal to 20. So, Jane is going to get 20 euros. On the other hand, we have if Jane gets 16 euros, how much does Philip get? Again, we have to write again the title and the ratio. Philip is to Jane, 1 is to 2. This time I'm going to write 16 under Jane, of course, because Jane is going to get 16. Okay, not Philip. So under Jane, I'm going to write 16. How much will Philip get? To get 16, we have multiplied 2 by 8. 2 times 8. So here we must multiply 1 by 8 times 8 as well. So 1 times 8 is 8 euro. So Philip is going to get 8 euro, while Jane is going to get 16 euros. Hope that you understood today's lesson. Okay. I wish that you can continue page 6. Okay. And I will send you the working and answers tomorrow as well. So until next time, bye for now.